Hello and welcome to Cruise and Travel in 2026. This is episode 22, and this time we're talking about making the most out of a small bathroom on board. Plus, Paul has some great deals that are available right now, and we'll check the latest cruise and travel news and hear about 2 new ships being launched and which line won 7 categories in USA Today's Reader's Choice Awards. So, let's start the show for 2026.
It's time to get your cruise on.
This is Cruise and Travel with Paul McAllister.
Hello, I'm Steve, and sitting next to me is the man himself from 101cruise.com.au, Paul McAllister.
Yes, 101cruise.com.au is where you get the best prices for cruises, especially if you work for an airline.
That's right, but to get hold of them, you need to sign up to the website, 101cruise.com.au.
Well, we hope everyone had a great break over the holidays. And if you're like us, you ate way too much and now in the process of shedding for your next cruise. 2026 looks to be another bumper year for cruising, with destinations announced and new ships about to be launched. And some ships are having major refurbishments. But we'll keep you up to date with all the latest information as it happens during the year. But most importantly, we will continue to bring you the latest hot deals in cruising and all the industry gossip. Now listen, the Mediterranean summer season is off to a strong start, with many sailings already showing high demand and limited cabin availability. If a European summer cruise is on your list, I'd highly recommend booking sooner than later, as popular itineraries and some cabin categories are selling quickly and some departures may sell out.
So why is that? Why is that happening?
I don't know. We're just seeing a really high demand at the moment, and the prices are reflecting that, which is unusual for this time. Normally we see some really great deals coming through for May, June, July, but everyone's booking earlier this year, and that's why we're having limited availability.
So maybe the COVID after effect has sort of slowly moved on. People are more confident now for their holidays.
I think so. And I think everyone sort of went, I don't want to miss out, because they might have missed out last year. So, yeah, it is interesting. And for first-time cruisers, I'm here to make sure your planning process is easy, stress-free and enjoyable from the start to finish. I'll support you through every step of the way with advice, guidance to ensure your cruise gets away on the right foot. Whether you're dreaming of a short getaway or a once-in-a-lifetime voyage, my goal is to make sure your experience starts smoothly, confidently, long before you get on board. Finally, today we've got a special offer from Princess Cruises. Book selected sailings in any category and you'll receive an onboard credit up to $100. That's really cool. Just book a 6-night or longer Princess Cruise and we'll add some extra spending money for you. Here's the catch. You must book by the 25th of January on any sailing departing by the 30th of September. So if you book an inside or an ocean view room, you'll get a $50 onboard credit. And if you book a balcony or a higher cabin, you'll get an amazing $100 onboard credit. It's worth booking straight away. If you're interested, touch base with me at 101cruise.com.au.
So for those people thinking about their first cruise, what's an onboard credit?
Oh, an onboard credit is an amount of money that you get to use whatever you want onto the ship. So whether it's going to the spa and having a spa treatment, they'll take that onboard credit off. It might be you don't have a drinks package and you can use that to buy some drinks over the bar. You can use
tour.
You can use it on a credit for your tour. There's lots of things. You always have onboard shops and you can use it there as well.
All right.
Especially restaurants, you could use that for as well. It's great opportunity.
All right. Well, to kick off the episode, just as we have done in previous years, we hear some great deals, or one in particular. Where are you taking us this time?
I'm heading us off to Florida and then ending up in Rome. So it's a 15-night cruise on Celebrity Constellation. Departs on Sunday, April 12, and arrives back into Rome on Monday the 27th of April 2026. Now, your first port of call is King's Wharf, where pastel architecture, pink sand beaches and British heritage sets a refined tone. Then you continue on to Ponta Delgada, surrounded by volcanic landscape and lush greenery. Then your next stop will be in Malaga in Spain, the gateway to the Andalusian culture and historic Cartagena, rich with Roman and maritime history before reaching the beautiful city of Rome. Now, an inside room normally would cost you in US dollars $3,145, But at 101cruise.com.au, it would be only $950 per person. Now, look, that's a saving of $2,192. Get this, it's $64 per person per day.
Wow.
That's a really good bargain. Now, if you don't want to be in an inside room, your balconies are a great bargain as well. Normally, it's $5,225 US per person, but at 101 Cruise, we've got it on at $1,573 US per person. Now, that's 70% off, and it's still an incredible bargain at $105 US per person per day. Great deal. So, there's a couple of sea days in there as well, but, that's when you explore the ship and have a great time. Our second deal is a short cruise, and it's out of the Mediterranean. Now, this is a great bargain, seeing we just talked about how quickly the Mediterranean season is starting to sell. So 5 nights on Enchanted Princess from the 10th of April to the 15th of April. You're going to visit Rome, Italy, Kotor in Montenegro, and Corfu in Greece. A stunning cruise. Inside room normally will set you back $1,283, but at 101 Cruise we have it on at $583 US per person. Now that's a saving of $700 and works out to being $117 US per person per day, which is still great value.
Pretty good.
Yep. And a balcony room would normally set you back $1,533 US, but at 101 Cruise, we've got it on at $739 US per person. And that will set you back $148 per person per day on cruise. I think it's great values.
It is.
Now, coming up, how does a cruise to Florida to Rome for $61 per day sound? Pretty amazing.
Across the Atlantic.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
So all these prices are current at the 16th of January 2026, subject to change. All prices in US dollars and per person.
And you can check out more on our website, 101cruise.com.au, and you'll have full details on the Florida to Rome one later in this podcast.
Yep.
Now the latest cruise and travel news.
Well, Windstar Cruises celebrated the christening of their newest ship, Starseeker, this week during a ceremony at Port Miami. Now, I've got a photo of it there for you, Paul. Have a look at that.
It looks beautiful.
Very, very nice. Starseeker is the first in a new class of ships from Windstar Cruises.
Much smaller than their normal and quite sleek looking, isn't it?
It is. After their christening ceremony, Starseeker departed on an 8-night cruise to the Caribbean, which will stop in the Dominican Republic and the British Virgin Islands before ending in San Juan, Puerto Rico. The new ship will offer cruises to the Caribbean, Alaska, Japan, and Southeast Asia, and includes immersive travel in Thailand and Vietnam. What's immersive travel mean?
Means that they may include some side trips and make it more culturally aware, so they'll have more cultural events on board.
It's a 224-guest ship, and it's the first in their new Star class from Windstar Cruises. The second, Star Explorer, will debut later in December this year and will offer cruises around Europe. The small ships only have 112 cabins, with most having a private veranda or floor-to-ceiling windows. So that sounds delightful. Good on Windstar.
I think we should feature that in one of our podcasts soon, because I think that looks really cool. Only 112 rooms. That's really very small.
Yeah, 224 guests and probably about the same amount of crew, I'd say.
Absolutely.
Disney Cruise Line's newest and largest ship, Disney Adventure, arrived in Florida for the first time this week when the vessel stopped at Port Canaveral. The new cruise ship's final destination, though, is Asia, where Disney Adventure will sail 3- and 4-night cruises from Singapore starting in March. The ship has the longest roller coaster at sea, spanning over 820 feet. It's part of Marvel Landing, a fun-filled adventure zone on the top deck. Now, this is quite interesting. It's a one-of-a-kind ship for Disney Cruise Line and the only one in its class, because the vessel was originally going to sail as Global Dream until the parent company went bankrupt and Disney purchased the partially completed ship in 2022. Disney spent the last few years completing the ship and turning it into the ultimate Disney ship.
It's the biggest ship that Disney has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just different because it started from different beginnings.
Yeah, that's right. So they had to sort of make it into a Disney format for it. Do you know they're going to be in Singapore for 5 years? They've been contracted to that port.
It's so good for this market in Australia and for Southeast Asia to get a brand new Disney ship here. Yeah.
I know. And you know that Disney officially leaves the Australian market in the next couple of weeks. And they're not coming back, apparently. Well,
Right.
not in the short term, anyway.
Okay,
And
but-
this is to do with Disney Adventure going into Singapore.
Yeah, there's one up the road now that we can go to. And finally, Viking was ranked number 1 in 7 different categories in USA Today's 10 Best 2026 Reader's Choice Awards, including Best Ocean and River Cruise Line. USA Today's 10 Best Reader's Choice Awards are nominated by a panel of travel experts, including Cruise Fever, and then voted on by readers. So Viking was named number 1 in these 7 categories. Best River Cruise Line, you'd kind of expect that.
Yep.
Best Ocean Cruise Line,
Yeah, they've got some really beautiful ships out there.
kind of didn't expect that. I didn't.
No, they're really specialising into that really beautiful high-end market.
Best Alaska Cruise, Best Cruise Line for Shore Excursions, Best Adults Only Cruise on Viking Mars, and Best Cruise Ship for Dining on Viking Star.
They're pretty good.
And one more, Best Cruise Line for Solo Travellers. Now, there's a bunch of solo travellers out there that we know listen to the podcast. So if you're trying to work out which cruise line you should go on next, Viking could be the one.
Yeah, absolutely. They're
Yeah.
very good. I'd love to go on them.
Well, something we never saw on the actual Love Boat TV series was a small bathroom.
Do you know
They were
why?
all gigantic
Yeah, well,
because it was a studio set.
Yeah, exactly. They weren't actually on the ship.
And people on TV never go to the toilet anyway, so we probably never went into their bathrooms.
No, I don't think so. I don't think we ever did. Maybe Julie putting on a makeup one day, but that
Maybe
would have been it.
Zsa Zsa Gabor, was
Oh,
in
she
there.
couldn't have fitted in there all those feather boas that she used to wear.
Anyway, that's what we're talking about today, how to make the most out of a small bathroom on board a cruise ship. And I guess we've seen a few.
Yeah, we have. And look, you know, some of them aren't big. Like you really can just fit one person in there at a time. To get 2 in there would be quite difficult. However, I think that's mostly older ships, and the newer ships that are coming through, they actually are putting more into the bathroom, as in with more space, like Celebrity, the Edge series ships. They've got beautiful bathrooms. You could have a couple of people in there, and it's quite spacious. But some of the older ships, it is a difficulty, and some people always say they don't have enough storage for all their cosmetics and makeup that they have. So I think for us as guys, it's pretty easy. We just have deodorant, perfume, toothbrush, toothpaste, moisturiser. You might have a few moisturisers in there, mightn't you, Steve?
There's probably 2 or 3 moisturisers. I mean, there's different times of the day.
Well-
there's morning and there's night and there's, that area in the middle
And the anti-aging.
you need with SPF 50 and all that.
But look, it's more for our lady friends out there who would be, sometimes struggling to fit everything in. So some of the best tips we can give you is pack light. Don't bring extra toiletries that you're not going to need during the cruise, okay? So think about what you do need. And some of the cruises have really good products. So check out with your cruise line what their products are in the bathrooms, because some of them you don't need to. Like they've got Lay Octane. Some of them have beautiful products where you don't need to take shampoo and conditioners. But when you do, just take what you need for your trip away. Opt into travel size bottles as well for the time you're away instead of taking full sizes. It's going to reduce the weight in your bag down. And, 20 kilos these days is most of the airlines' allowances for luggage. So it doesn't give you a lot of extras to be able to take full size. So just take what you need. And organise your bathroom. Now, there is things called plastic pocket organisers or shoe racks, and they're very handy, and you hang them over the back of your door of your bathroom, and all of a sudden you've got double the space in your bathroom again.
So it's sort of concertinas down, doesn't it?
does, yeah.
And it has
It just-
a few rows of pockets that you can shove stuff in.
And these things are really clever because they roll back up to fairly small in your bags as well, and then it just rolls down. So they're a really great item to take on board if you do take lots of cosmetics with you. Also have a look at buying suction hooks or magnetic hooks. Amazon has a great range of them. Look, they give you the extra opportunity of hanging extra things around in your bathroom or even around in the cabin as well. So things like your bags that you want to get off the floor, put them onto a hook. Really good for caps. If you've got lots of hats, you can just hang them on the wall and it saves them being stacked up around the room and looks less cluttered.
Do they really hold up? Like, are they strong enough to hold up?
And look, you haven't heard our podcast before. Most of the ships have magnetic, or not magnetic, they have metal walls. So these magnetic hooks just sit on them and hold on really well. Look, you wouldn't want to hang a 15-kilo bag on it because that's not going to hold. But, if they're lightweight, yes, it will hold it easily. Just check out what the weight restriction is on the hooks when you're buying them. Another option to clear up your bathroom, and I love this idea, is use your desk as your makeup station. Most of the times they have a mirror in front. If not, you can bring one with you, but that's just more clutter to bring with you. But most of them put a mirror in front of the desk. Use that as your makeup station. Now, twofold. You can store your makeup in the drawers of the desk. Okay, so they're not going to all fall off the shelves in the bathroom. And remember, there's gaps around the bottom, so little things like lipsticks will fall off and fall onto the floor, especially if the ship's moving around a fair bit. The other thing is it frees up the bathroom for your partner to shower while you're doing your makeup because you're not in the bathroom using up that time doing your makeup. You can do it out at the desk and someone else can go into the bathroom, which is good. Pack an air freshener for people who do number twos in the bathroom. Don't we all? And sometimes it might be a bit stinky. You might want to leave it nice and fresh for your partner who's going to go in next. Another really handy tip, it's not really about the bathroom, but it is in a way, buying a battery-operated night light to put in the bathroom. So most of the times the switch is on the outside of the bathroom. When you open up the door, you get this flash of light that fills the whole room up and wakes everyone up. Where if you have a night light in there, you'll open it up and it'll be a nice little dim light that you can play. Think about the battery operated against a powered one because sometimes the outlets in the bathroom won't power them or the plugs are too close to the wall and you're not able to get them in. So battery operated ones are really, really clever. And get a light activated one so that when you walk in, it actually turns on.
That's the best idea, so you're not fiddling around in the dark.
Yeah, look, and these are just basic. It seems pretty basic in ways of what we're talking about, but some people, it will change their life.
So there's some awesome tips on how to deal with a small bathroom on your next cruise. But, just book the penthouse suite and then you'll have a big bathroom and a big everything.
I know. You mostly get 2 sinks and a bath and a shower.
Oh, remember that?
Now you're talking.
On Seabourn where we had double vanities in the bathroom.
I know.
Larks. All right. Well, let's have another couple of specials. You promised you were going to take us from Florida to Rome.
Yes, and I certainly am. And it's going to be on Enchanted Princess, which is Princess Cruises. It's a 14-night cruise. Now, it is a relocating cruise, so you are going to have a few sea days, but I love that because I get to lay by the pool and do nothing all day and drink cocktails, which is perfect. So you'll leave Fort Lauderdale. You are going to stop off your next stop at Azores Island, Portugal, then on to Gibraltar, and then on to Corsica in France, arriving into Rome in Italy. Now, I love Rome. We haven't been for a long time, but the history there is just spectacular. There's just so much to do. So it's something to look forward to while you're on your cruise. Now, this cruise in an inside room would normally set you back $2,459, but not at 101 Cruise. We have it on at $853 per person. Now, Steve, that's $61 per person per day. That's a great deal for 14 days.
You don't get better than that.
No, that's really, really good. And look, if you want to have a balcony so you can look out at the ocean all the way across, normally that would set you back at $3,077 per person. But at 101 Cruise, we have it on at $1,270 per person. That's $91 per person per day. Even that is a huge, huge saving. Yep. So jump on that. Now, the great thing, if you're thinking about doing this, jump on it, get on to it and book it by the 25th of January. For the inside room, we'll chuck on another $50 as an onboard credit. And if you take the balcony, then you're going to get $100 onboard credit.
$100, that's like 150 Australian for you to spend any way you want on the ship.
Yeah, absolutely. So worth having a look at that and thinking about it. It is March, so get planning, get on the phone to me. That'd be awesome.
If you want that special onboard credit, you've got to book by January 25. That is like in a few days.
It is.
It's
It is coming around.
week away.
We've got another great deal from Oceania. It's on Oceania Insignia. It's a 10-night cruise departing 10th of April to the 20th of April. You're leaving Miami to Panama City. Now, you'll discover the rich Mayan history of Cozumel and Costa Maya, followed by the tropical charm of Belize City, a gateway to coral reefs and ancient ruins. And then in Roatan, you have pristine beaches, rainforest adventures await, while at Puerto Rico Limon, Costa Rica offers wildlife, rainforest and laid-back Caribbean rhythm. Now your journey continues through to Colon near the entrance to the Panama Canal, which I think everyone should do. We haven't, and I really want to do it before concluding in Panama City. Well, that's all dependent upon if Trumpy takes it over and renames it again. So stand by. And now an inside room on this cruise would be normally $7,998 per person, but we have it on at $1,815 per person. That's 77% off, or $182 per person per day. But a balcony room is normally $11,798. But at 101 Cruise, we have it on at $2,035 per person, and that's 76% off. Really great sailing.
Yeah. Some good deals. Good deals, even though things are filling up.
And look at, some different ones as well. So, Panama would be a great experience to go through, and you go through the Caribbean as well.
Don't forget also, whether you've booked a cruise through us or not, you can always buy travel insurance through our website. It's NIB Travel Insurance, which is one of the best. And I can tell you from experience, you'll find it hard to beat the rates we can give you. Compare us with any other travel insurance provider and you will see.
Well, that's it for today. On the next episode, I'll have more deals for you. Plus, we're going to discuss 14 etiquette rules you need to know about when you cruise.
Have a great 2026.
See ya.
For more, go to 101cruise.com.au and sign up for the newsletter and to get access to the site. You can also follow us on Facebook at 101 Cruise and on Instagram at 101 Cruises.